Hello YouTube, this is the Dbtgamer show, episode 105. This is my Metal Gear Solid 4 review. I think this is either part 3 or 4. I've kind of lost count, but I'll sort out when I upload this. If you haven't watched the other parts yet, please go back and watch them. I have covered quite a lot. I'm not going to do a recap in this part because I don't want to waste too much time. At the moment I'm talking about the game's chapters or the acts, whatever you want to call them. In the last part I talked about Act 1 and 2. In this part I'm going to talk about Acts 3, 4, maybe even 5. Right, here stood up on a corner. I know what I'm doing. The Act 3 of the game is another boring act. This is boring. Besides the besides the end of Act 2, this is another boring part of the game which I hated. It involves going round one of the cities of England, I think, and following resistance members and being extremely stealthy, and this is very demanding of a person like me, and it's very boring, and I really hated that part of Chapter 3. Thank God it doesn't last too long. It's one of the most annoying parts of the game because you have to keep your eye on the resistance member you're following because he'll get kidnapped by the PMC soldiers. It's just a big pain in the ass. So yeah. Towards the end of Chapter 3, you do meet up with an old friend, Eva, which is you get to drive. You're on Eva's motorbike, and you get to shoot down several of these raging ravens. Basically, it is quite a good part of the chapter. I really enjoyed it. Then you got a boss fight with Raging Raven herself, which is a really good boss fight. It's quite reminiscent of the boss fight with Liquid Snake in Metal Gear Solid 1 where you fought his helicopter. But it's still a very good boss fight.
Okay, first go down the central hall. Don't worry, it's not electrified anymore.
Chapter 4, in my opinion, is probably the best chapter of the game. One, because it's a nostalgia of the very first Metal Gear Solid game. And it's also just... But the main reason this chapter features the best boss fight ever. The best boss fight ever. If you haven't played the game, you probably will have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, the best boss fight in this game is the one where you and Liquid Snake, you're in giant Metal Gears of your own, shooting the shit out of each other. You've got rocket launchers, you've got lasers, you've got Gatling guns. You just got a Metal Gear all to yourself just to play with. That's why it's so awesome. I mean, when I checked this boss fight out on the awesome monitor broke. So, the boss fight where you are both in Metal Gears is the best boss fight in the game, in my opinion. Because it's just awesome. You can drive a Metal Gear, for God's sakes. I'm just skipping the cutscene so I can show you some more of the game. There we go. If you type in a certain password into the computer part of this game, you can actually get loads of dreaming points. Just a little tip there for you actually, if I was actually watching this. So chapter 4 is my favourite chapter. Now, chapter 5 is a very short chapter. It's the final chapter of the game. It's based a lot around Metal Gear Solid 2 as far as I'm concerned. Because you're on this massive boat, which kind of reminds me a lot of the tanker stage in Metal Gear Solid 2. You fight Screaming Mantis on this boat, and you also fight Liquid. It's a very short chapter. It's pretty good. Just the boss fights that, to me, they were a little bit disappointing. Well, that's basically all I can say about the chapters. Now I will have to pause the camera until I find that boss fight to show you. See ya.